Well, hey guys, Shanna Kramer here, and I have another 10-minute painting. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, so I'm just going to jump right on in and get started. So this is a little goose that I found on Facebook probably, and I've been wanting to paint this one for a while. He's got this big long neck. Whoop, 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 whoop. So here's what I'm doing. I'm looking up at my screen, which is exactly what you guys see, and so I'm trying to draw that goose. By looking at the goose right next to it. So it's kind of awkward, but whatever. Okay, so that's kind of weird. Let's see. Do that little angle there. Got that. Got this. So I have a magic 8-ball. And I was asking the magic 8-ball, so is it today a good day for painting? And it would say, outlook not so good. Okay, so that's the third time that it's given me no to that question. I'm not sure if the magic ball just doesn't like me or if that's the real answer. I mean, you put a lot of faith into a piece of plastic on it being right about your fortune, right? Okay, so is this goose looking like a goose? I think he's leaning the wrong way. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a gap down here past that little snout. And then I've got a little legger down there. It kind of goes like so, maybe more of an angle at that. And then a foot goes this way, and that way. Well, neck comes down. So you know what? I'm just going to get on with it. All right, so this face is a bit on the wonky side. Maybe I can do this and that and that. It's got an eye, a nose. Okay, enough drawing. It's not getting me any farther, so let's just switch on over to paint. Okay, so I am going to go with, how about a big nice filbert? Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's see, I'll do the white first. Whoop, too much water. It's finally spring here in Minnesota, and the birds are chirping. And by finally spring, I mean it hasn't snowed since yesterday. Okay. Paying attention. And that neck is pretty darn vertical, isn't it? That comes almost straight down. So he's got that little, it's a little thicker at the top. There we go. All right, so down at the bottom of his neck, it kind of gives a good curve. That's fine. Just like that. It's got some little feathers in the back here that we can see. Okay. Now up here, there's a blue shadow. I can come down here under the, I don't know, underside? What's the underside of a goose called? I guess it's the underside of a goose. So then he's got a feather, big old feather in the shape of a wing right off over there. Kind of comes this way, sharp down because we've got the shadow of the neck. Okay, a little fuzzy on this side. Kind of a little fuzzy down here on the underside of the goose. Got a little, kind of a fuzzy-ish little tail sticking off that direction. Little bitty ton of paint. Okay. So I'm just trying to get this shape of this feathers in, and if I can just leave that background dark and not have to come back with black, that'd be ideal. I like the way this blue looks in here. So I do have some light color coming in, just a little. this does turn to shadow here. All right, so I've got a dark area right by this wing. And is that wing up high enough? I think not. I think it comes up a little higher. Yeah, that's better. Yep. I also want to add another blast of white right in here because there's bright white right there. Bright sunlight. And what are we at for time? 5:32. Doing great. Good job, us. Okay, he's got a little bit of a leg down in here. Okay, gonna brighten up that underside of the body a little. Maybe a little more. Okay, come on now, speed it up. We've got 10 minutes. Oops. See what happens? I get rushed, just get sloppy. Okay, moving on. So now I have this leg here that I want to do, but that's really kind of a, it's kind of a grayish brownish. So I'm just going to use a very, very little amount of white. And so let's see what happens. Maybe I don't have to do anything else. Maybe I don't have to add any other colors. Too much. Okay. Coming down there. Let's do a little, get a little shiny on his little foot right there. And a little, let's see if I, maybe you do have to mix it into gray, huh? Because this is not quite so shiny and it will show up to be. Maybe more gray than that. Okay, and then this, we're just kind of are going to see a dark shadow. And this should be really, really dark on this part of this foot. Not too light. Well, it still comes across as a foot, so I'm going to let it go. On to that beak. So this beak, okay, first I think I want to paint it white. Just to give it an under color. Because I'm putting some pinky, orangey, yellowies over the top of it, and they'll never cover this background by themselves. So I'm going to give it some heft with this white. Just a little. Okay. All right, I'm going to let that be. No, I'm not. It's not right yet. All right, then this comes down. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. All right, we'll let that one settle down. Okay, I'm going to bring this white down above the eye. Or what would you call that? What do you call the black part of a goose's face? I guess you could call it their eye, couldn't you? How about that? Looking goosey. And how are we doing on time? Oh, 8:25. Okay, we're almost there. All right, so now it's gonna dry a little. I have that beak color, so I'll take a little bit of this goldy gold, a little bit of this pinky pink. Whew, that is not even close to a goose face color, is it? Let's see, that's really, really pink, but that's, you know. All right, so that's kind of the end of the nose color. All right, back to that yellow. And bring that down around the nose, maybe more yellow than that. Well, it's starting to look like a goose anyway. You know, I really want this nose to be bold. Beak, honker, goose face. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I can take a little bit of this blue. Whoops. And well, how are we doing on time? Oh, 9:37. Okay, so I still have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to adjust this neck. Because I think this needs to curve off into the background a little. And have a little blue right down in here. Maybe. Well, now that I'm stepping back though and looking at that foot, I think the foot just turned out okay. Wasn't too sure about it at first, but I think I'll keep it. And I believe we're at 10 minutes now, so I'm going to stop. For real, I'm going to really stop. And go on to the next painting. So the next painting, I'll be recording the next Creative Box Live a little bit early because I'm going to be gone next week. So I just want to get that recording out of the way and get it published live. So if you're a Creative Box Live subscriber, next week won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded. Okay, and I'm done with this goose. All right. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.